Warning, this video contains spoilers for A Guide to the Dragons of Pyrrhia, a Nightwing Guide to the Dragons of Pyrrhia, A Guide to the Dragons of Pyrrhia, updated and edited by Starflight of the Nightwings, and basically the entire Wings of Fire series. If you haven't yet read these installments and don't want spoilers for them, please do not watch this video yet. Thank you. Hi everyone! First of all, I just want to tell you guys about the series I'm doing. This series, which I'm going to call A Fanwing Guide to the Dragons of Pyrrhia, will go over all the 11 tribes in terms of description, abilities, and other information. I know that only 9 or 7 of them are Pyrrhian, depending on how you want to count it, but I'm just going to call it this anyway. I'm starting with the Nightwings because the Guide to Darkstalker does, and Darkstalker is my favorite book in the series. As for resources, we'll only be using the Dragon Guides and actual plot lines, and stuff that's heavily implied enough that I can be pretty much certain that it's true, at least in the sense of the series. And if this is successful, I might do something similar for locations and wildlife in the future. Physical appearance. Nightwings are similar in size and stature as most dragons, and they can have very dark blue, purple, green, gray, or just plain black scales. They have conical horns that point slightly upwards and a line of spikes that run from the beginning of the neck to the end of their tails. They have slightly thicker tails, necks, back limbs, and bodies compared to the other tribes. They also had forked black tongues and a pair of dark wings with silver specks that resemble stars in a night sky. If they were mind readers, they were given silver teardrop scales. These features help them to blend into shadows and the starry night sky. Also, please note that this Nightwing image is from the UK-Germany publication, so it may not be entirely canonically accurate and is more there for just aesthetics. Abilities. Similar to Skywings and Sandwings, Nightwings were able to breathe fire regardless of the conditions, as long as they weren't underwater or freezing to death. If hatched under one moon or once moonborn, a Nightwing will have either precognitive or telepathic abilities. If born under 2 moons, they will have both, and thrice moonborn dragonets, or dragonets hatched on the brightest night, will have strengthened telepathy and precognition. A notable example of this was Darkstalker. In addition to this, when on the Nightwing Island, the Nightwings evolved to have poisonous venom in their teeth that could kill a small animal in a single bite. It is described to be very painful and foul-smelling, and it also takes a long time to work, leaving these creatures in agony for even days. This venom ability also sounds similar to something that some hivewings have in their teeth. An example of this is Cadell, Cricket's grandmother, who's able to use it in the savannah while hunting, but also to bite a dragon who needed to be rushed to the hospital so that he didn't die. Other information. Due to their dwindling numbers and public humiliation during the first arc, Nightwings are far from the powerful tribe that they once were, with far fewer dragons and none with precognitive or telepathic abilities for the time being at least, aside from Moonwatcher, but she hasn't really lived much of her life as what normal Nightwings would describe as a true Nightwing. And by dwindling numbers, I really do mean that. They were facing extinction out on the island, even with the active volcano taken out of the picture. The Nightwings and Icewings have hated each other for centuries, and have 2 known wars between them. However, their millennia-old conflict was pretty much resolved at the Battle of Jade Mountain in Darkness of Dragons, when an Animus spell was utilized to bridge the minds of Icewings and Nightwings, and then empathy happened. And also, I just want to point out that the way they treated Darkstalker in the end of that book was disgusting. Anyway, Nightwings, like their Icewing counterparts, can also be exceedingly arrogant. Both of them believe that they are superior to all other 6 tribes that they know of, at least. However, Nightwings were actually pretty smart and were exceptionally skilled in things like architecture and the arts. But that was a long time ago, and now they're just stuck up. Nightwings also have an Animus line that, like all the tribes, can be accurately traced back to the Icewing animi of old. Because of this, like the Sea Wings, all Nightwings with the Animus gene are at least part Icewing, even if too distant to visually tell. Nightwings were not involved in the War of Sandwing Succession, as they were using it as an opportunity for a power grab. However, they did use assassins to make sure the war didn't end too soon, like Quickstrike and Deathbringer to kill top generals like Blister's Tempest or Burns' Six Claws. However, in the final months of the war, they chose to support Blister as she would have helped them with their goal the most. The Nightwing tribe once lived in the ancient Night Kingdom in the Talon Peninsula, perhaps even the most advanced of the Pyrrhian kingdoms. It had many great structures, including the palace and the library, the school, and the cliffs where most Nightwings lived, and much more. After the time of Darkstalker, they moved to a volcanic island that was likely situated on the fault line that ran under the Claws of the Clouds mountains. However, during the Nightwing Exodus, they pledged allegiance to Queen Glory of the Rainwings and moved into a separate village in the rainforest under the protection and rule of Queen Glory. Special Dragons: Royalty, Vigilance, Battle Winner, Greatness, and Queen Glory. Special cases are Mighty Claws, who has that power that whatever he draws, he can make real, and Whiteout, who has these prophetic visions that come in like colors instead of words, and if you thought the normal Nightwing prophecy was cryptic, Whiteout's is a lot more. Animi, Darkstalker hybrid also, and Stone Mover. And also both of these guys have some Icewing blood, but Stone Mover's is so far back that it doesn't really matter. Everyone, that is the end of this episode of A Fanwing Guide to the Dragons of Pyrrhia. I hope you enjoyed it, and the next episode is on Mudwings, so watch the skies for that. Please remember to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel for more Wings of Fire videos, and I'll see you in the next video.